Make this butter pie crust to make those homemade flaky pies and tarts for the holidays or any other time of the year. Homemade pie crusts are so much better than store-bought and makes a perfect pie crust every time. Welcome back, or if you're new here, my name is Kate and this is Bake That. In a food processor, add 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour and kosher salt and pulse the ingredients together for a few seconds. Add cubed unsalted butter to the food processor and mix together until the ingredients start to resemble dough or paste. Add the remaining 1 cup of all-purpose flour to the food processor and continue mixing the ingredients together. If you don't have a food processor, you can also use a pastry cutter or use your hands to make this dough. The dough should now have a crumbly consistency. Remove the blades from the food processor and transfer the dough to a large bowl. Scrape down the food processor with a spatula if needed to get any remaining dough. Add 2 tablespoons of ice-cold water to the dough. Using a spatula, start mixing the ice water into the dough. Continue adding ice water a tablespoon at a time until the dough starts to form together. I found that adding a total of 4 tablespoons of ice water created a great consistency for this dough. Use your hands and start shaping the dough into a ball, gathering any loose dough. Using a knife or a bench scraper, cut the dough in half. Form each half into a round disc-like shape and cover with saran wrap. Place the dough into the refrigerator for about 1 hour. You can also freeze this dough for 3 months if you only need 1 pie crust. To roll this pie crust out, I will be using a non-stick baking mat. This baking mat was provided by a company called Awesomes, and I will have a link in the video description below to their storefront on Amazon. This baking mat has a measurement chart which always comes in handy when baking. And it also has a temperature chart to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius quickly. After the dough has been in the refrigerator for at least 1 hour, place the dough in the center of the baking mat and roll the dough out with a rolling pin. I found it helpful to pull the dough out of the refrigerator for about 30 minutes prior to rolling with the rolling pin. Pick up the dough and place the dough back on the baking mat and continue rolling the dough in the opposite direction. Always make sure you roll the dough out a little more than needed to ensure it covers the whole pie pan. Roll the dough carefully onto the rolling pin to transfer the dough to the pie pan. Carefully lay the dough onto the pie pan. Trim away any extra dough as needed and make sure to push the dough to the sides to fit the pie pan. Check out my other homemade pie crust recipe in the link above or in the video description below. Follow the directions for the pie that you are making for baking time and temperature. Thank you so much for watching, and come back next week to bake more good things.